Hey guys, welcome to today's episode, and I hope you are going to enjoy. So, we had this conversation in a public place, so don't mind the noise in the background. And on today's episode, we have the chief guest who is Eunatic. If you haven't heard about Eunatic, check him out, check him on YouTube, check him on any music platform, Spotify, you'll find him and try to listen to his cool and amazing music. So I hope you're going to enjoy and feel free to share this podcast or episode with your family and loved ones. I think, do you remember the first time once with the Facebook account? When did you first have your Facebook? In which year? When you first opened your Facebook account?
I think the same year I started doing music. That was in 2012.
2012. And you have never changed the account, to have it now.
Yeah, I still have the same account.
But you remember the way Facebook used to be at first? My face felt like you would usually just access it maybe once in a week.
Once in a week.
Even maybe once in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I remember.
And usually you didn't access it as an application, but as a browser. Facebook.com, either Opera Mini.
And I remember there was a time we used to use Lite Facebook where you wouldn't see a lot of feeds, but
Facebook
just
Lite,
messages.
yeah.
I remember.
But now Facebook took what application. We have an application whereby every day we are supposed to, like, even me personally, every day I usually see my notifications for Facebook.
Now it's safe to say that Facebook is a world of its own.
Yes, that's true. But the question now that comes in is what really changed? What has changed for us to reach this level? Is it that, can we say we have been addicted? Or we have been induced to fall in love with Facebook? Or what? Because the usage, in as much as there are a lot of platforms out there, but the usage of Facebook has been always increasing with time.
Okay, again, like if you talk about Facebook, it depends. Because honestly, I've never seen, okay, maybe I haven't been to a lot of countries. I've only been to two countries. But from my observation, I've never seen a country that uses Facebook like the way Zambians use Facebook. Yeah, and maybe it's because it's a very friendly and cheaper platform. Yeah, so it depends. When you talk about like us being addicted to Facebook in particular, not like all social media platforms. Are you really talking about like the world in general, or are you talking about Zambians?
Specifically Zambians. Yes.
Exactly.
Because like here I've put it, like here in Russia, but I don't remember. Yes,
Facebook.
Very few Russians use Facebook. They are always using VK
and Instagram.
So like for Zambians, we don't have. It's sad, but we don't have our own. What we can call our own. But if we look at Russians, at least they have VK. And America's got Facebook, which we use, and Twitter.
Instagram.
And China's got other platforms, TikTok, and WeChat, and so on and so forth. So I think basically I was referring to us as Zambians.
It makes a lot of sense because Zambians really do use Facebook.
Why Facebook? Why not Twitter?
Yeah, I think maybe it's because it's cheap for starters. Because one thing I know about former Zambians, okay, I don't like speaking like this because it seems like I'm talking bad about my country or my people, but you know, sometimes it's just the way it is. Like tulashadira kwa kufindi things sana. You get my point? Like tulashadira, especially when it comes to technology and internet. You know, tulashadira. So it so happens that Facebook is that thing that is friendly and very cheap. That's why you find that we have settled on that to an extent where we've made like a world just there, you
On
know,
Instagram.
on Facebook.
Okay, so it's much cheaper and user friendly to
And
use.
user friendly to use.
Okay. But do you think, okay, look, according to how you have seen the way things are in certain places, like for example in Russia, do you think at some point we will need our own social media platform?
I really think, not do I think we will, I think we should. I think we really need to have our own platform. Not just not just maybe a platform. We need a lot of things that are just our own. It gives us an identity for starters, and it also just gives us the authority to control data, our own data. Mamonaka. So I think we should. We should, honestly, we should.
But now, let me give an example of, like in Africa in general, we have a problem of electricity.
Yeah.
We have a problem of good internet, which is fast. Internet is very expensive. And don't you think these problems, the ecosystem in Africa contributes to new ideas being able to be born in Africa, because we don't have these infrastructures or models of trying to make the ideas work or start?
Yeah.
Or do you think we'll continue depending on the Western world?
I think we shouldn't. We shouldn't, depend on I think honestly, we can do a lot of things. Even with the resources that we have at the moment, we can do a lot of things. I've seen people make apps right in Zambia. You've made a lot of apps, some that are not yet out, but you have done that, and with the resources that you have, and other people are still doing it. So I think sometimes, we try as much as possible to make excuses most of the times, or because of, internet illiteracy, maybe because of electricity, what. But we're still using Facebook.
Yeah.
We Zambians are on Facebook 24/7, so you can't tell me that it's because of internet or data. They will always find data to go on Facebook, so it can work. If we had our own platform there, if they want, they will find data to go on that platform to do whatever they want to do. So I think it's not really a matter of do we really have the resources. Sometimes it's just the matter of making excuses, sometimes not even believing in ourselves, Yeah, but I really want to talk about how actually Facebook or just social media has really affected our youths in terms of lifestyle, mental health. I really want us to talk about that, because it's a topic that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, what would you say about how social media has actually affected the youths, mentally, and just like lifestyle as a whole?
I think when you talk of social media, like you put it, social media is people have made it seem like they've created the world on its own. But social media is actually us ourselves trying to place ourselves in a digital world. So you find that people, when they go on social media, psychologically they are stuck thinking that this is another place. But it's actually life itself, just in a digital format. So what happens is that people want to form two identities. Mamonaka. So if I'm a youth, I'll say
that makes a lot of sense.
Me on social media, I'll have a picture of the person I want people to see me on social media.
I'll even change a name.
Yes, so I'll even change a name. I'll even put, like some people even put fake details. Studying at Cambridge, Stanford, Harvard. You know what I mean? Studying Harvard, so that you're able to like present yourself in a certain kind of way,
like an outer ego.
And just that itself simply shows that you have low self-esteem in yourself.
Okay.
Because if someone cannot be able to put the correct details, or if they are not comfortable, not include it, it means there's a certain kind of mentality we have, thinking that other people are better than us.
Okay.
You know, people studying at Harvard are the cool people. You get what I mean?
You're talking about something very deep. So I'm gonna ask you another question. Where do you think this mentality comes from? Like the thing of actually having this mindset of, oh, this person, if I say this, I will look like I belong to this set of people, or maybe it will make me look cooler. Like, what makes us think like that? Why are we not comfortable in who we are or what we have? Why do we always feel the need to look a certain type of way? Where do you think this complex thing comes from?
I think number one of the most complex thing that has really affected us is the culture, like what we see.
We are talking about Zambians right now.
Yes.
We have narrowed it to Zambians.
Yes. The culture, what we see. For example, many Zambians in school, at home, some are diminished. They are made to feel like less of themselves.
Okay.
They are taught stuff that they are always being compared with other people. Like maybe two houses, the first house, the next house. No, look at your friend. Look at the way he does stuff. That itself, as you are growing up, it just creates a certain mentality to say, I am not the best. So you don't want to put yourself as a reference point, but you want to put other people as a reference point to say, me, no, I think this is the cool stuff. Because at the end of the day, psychologically, subconsciously, you have that low self-esteem of thinking that no, Chota is better than me, or people who learn at Harvard are better than me. So it affects. It's like the way they say chain reaction. It affects all these aspects of our lives, starting from our relationships. There are girls right now that have low self-esteem. I'm sure I've encountered or met a girl, or even guys that have very low self-esteem too, like with regards to their beauty. They're just like, me, no, nobody loves me.
I have a big nose. I have, whatever it is.
I don't have big butts. Blah blah blah, like all those simple kind of stuff. And you find that there are now those people that were taught a rare number of people that were told no matter what they did, they were encouraged. No, you can do it. That's why if you can be, you have stayed in Russia and you can be able to compare. I'm sure I've seen a difference between the way we are brought up and the way like Russians are brought up. I don't know what your comment about that in comparison, if you can compare the two.
Man, that's a very good question, because there was one time I attended, a friend of mine, he's a very good Russian friend of mine. I attended his wedding. He's younger than me, by the way. He got married, I think, 5 months ago. I could see how, just the way, I could see from the wedding how he was brought up. The way his parents believe. I had a conversation with his dad, and I asked him a question. I was like, so how did you actually give him a go ahead to get married? Because he's not that old. He's young, he's young. Then the father told me, like, he came to me and he said, I found a girl that I love and I want to marry her. Then I only asked him one question. Are you sure she's the one? And he said yes. And I was like, okay, go ahead. That's what his father told him. Then I thought about our culture back home. If you go to your parents and you ask them, the first thing they'll ask you, just a lot of things. Are you sure? At times they can even tell you, because of the kind of family she's coming from, you can't marry that girl. You get my point? So it's like, this is a very, very big difference. He talked about, like, when he was given time to speak about his parent, he said, I'm so grateful. He was talking to his dad and he said, I'm so grateful to you because you did not only tell me to go to school, you took me to school.
Yeah.
Like you held me by the hand and took me to school. I'm so grateful because you did not only tell me to do my homework, you helped me do my homework. You get my point? Those might seem like simple things, but those are they are very important things that helped him become the man he is. It's like, I'm so grateful you did not only tell me to work hard, but you actually showed me how to work hard. You get my point? But back home, it's a bit different. You know, you find that as guys, actually, we barely even talk to our dads. You know, we barely have you can't really have a good conversation with your father. You get my point?
Yeah.
So I think that really is the difference. The way these guys are brought up, their parents are there. They are there to cheer them on. You get my point? If he gets number one in class, you are the best. Like, they push them to be whatever they want to be, and they give them the ability to actually believe in themselves. Like, they give them a platform to make mistakes. Go, like, if you like this girl, go ahead.
Yes.
You get my point? If you like this girl, go ahead and get married. You know, it's about you, what you want. So they give them that responsibility to actually, you know, make mistakes, do whatever they want to do. We are not brought up like that. We are not brought up like that, you know.
That's true.
So I think, that's the main reason. That's the main difference between us and these guys. They've been brought up to be responsible at a very, very young age, you know. While for us, we are being told ulichipuwa, warumunguru, ulichikopo, ureva konga John, you know. And those things, they enter your mind and they make you start to question your worth. Do I really have it? Am I really that good? What do I want? You get my point? So, yeah.
Yeah, but actually reminded me of one point where I said, Udeba Konga John. You know, it's one thing that I mentioned in the book, I think in part 1 of The Lied, where I was saying that many of the problems that we have in Africa are not big problems, but they're just like very simple problems that can start at a very, like, the foundation. Because that point you have mentioned, to say Ole Bakonga John, it actually brings in competition.
True.
And what that does, like, psychologically, when your parents tell you to be better than John, you indirectly start hating John. Because you see John as the reason, yes, why your parents are blaming you or telling you stuff. So you find, for example, in school, even in school, there are people, if they're friends, they are two close friends, for example, then this one does better than the other one. Kupatana, like maybe for 2 weeks, 2 days or whatever, they won't be talking because it's like this person has surpassed. And what that does, that it now affects us even as we go on up in the higher education, like for example university. People don't want to work together, but if you have seen Russians don't mind, they will help.
They help.
If you look at the way they're able to do stuff, but compared to us, when you know something, you just want, like, it's me.
I think that's one of the first things that I learned when I came to Russia as a student. Because when I was back home, we would study, right? A friend of mine would come. Maybe a certain topic that he doesn't know and he wants me to explain. I will explain 75%. Just being truthful. That 25%, I will keep it to myself because I want, when we write the test, I need to have more marks than him. So that has always been there. Even when I came here, it's like, you know something you don't want to share. But the thing that I learned was, these guys share information. Even Nanguria Chipagauka, leakage, whatever, they post in the group. As we were not doing that. You would rather tell your friend I didn't use leakage, but you used it. You get my point? But these people will share information, they will help you. You know, they will explain to you everything that you need to know. You get my point? And I think it's also because at a point, the education system that they have is not really about who is the highest. If you've noticed,
Yes.
it's just we can be the highest, all of us. We can have piats. We'll have fives, all of us, and we have oppas. There's nothing like he had six.
Six, no.
They've created it in such a way that we can have as many number ones
As
possible, you know. But back home, you find that, I remember there were tests that we could write, and the teacher will actually come and he'll tell you, I'm starting from the lowest. Going to the highest. So alarm monekela class, and those things. In a way, our education system has created a lot of competition to such an extent that we actually don't want to work together. We can't, because we see each other as rivals. That's why if I come to you, I have an idea, the first thing that you think, I'll tell you my idea, but the first thing that you think, you'll be like, it's not good because I'm not the one who came up with this idea. So I won't put myself in your idea because I'm not the one who came up with it. I'll cheer you, oh, it's good, but I'll be sluggish. Even in a way we work it out together, you know, which is a very, very bad thing. And I think this main thing of competition, it goes so deep, and it might be the reason why na papene so as Zambians to Alishadida in a lot of things. Talk about music, talk about movies, talk about development, talk about infrastructure. You get my point? To Alishadida is not because we cannot do it, but because we have a lot of people who don't want to work with other people, and they are sitting on the ideas.
That's true.
Which is very, very bad. And me, honestly speaking, that's why I always ask you, like, how can we actually solve the problem that we have in our country? It's I don't know. Like, because when I think about it, the first thing that comes to my mind is the only way we can start solving it is when we go back to the roots. We actually go back down to the grade ones and actually change the system from there. So now I'm thinking, there isn't anything we can do here as if we're unless we go change the mindset down there, and then these people that grew up with a certain mindset to actually want to work together. You get my point? So it's a very sad situation. That's
very true, because how you have put it of us being behind, it's the same thing that applies whereby just look at this. We have a lot of universities now. We have a lot of graduates now. So what happens is that slowly with time, the economy or the ecosystem of jobs, the employment sector is getting flooded with a lot of specialists. So just look at this. A lot of competitors graduate, right? So these competitors, they want to go and show the friend that they have gotten a job and post on social media what we're talking about. New car. Or
I think now this will now take us into depression.
New car, what, so that the friend will see and they'll feel depressed at the end of the day. I'm not doing enough in life. You get what I mean? So it's like you put it, it's like a chain. It now affects how we do stuff. When we look at jobs, it's possible to say a group of Africans, a group of students can graduate, put in some funding together and start up something small from scratch. Something small, not minding about what people say, but want to put our friends under pressure. Don't make up pressure. You know what I mean? Upwisha, find a job. So we now have a group of competitors lining up for jobs, and not people willing to work together to create jobs for us. Because we're all thinking short term as people,
and we're all thinking about ourselves,
trying to put other people under pressure to make them feel and look stupid.
So do you think the things that we post or that people post on social media, do you think it's them trying to seek for attention, or intentionally actually trying to put other people down? Because I noticed, first and foremost, most of the things that we see are not really real. They are very, very fake. Just to put that out there, it's not, let me even look in the camera. It's not worth having depression about or for whatever that is. Though most of the things that we see are not real. This makes me want to talk about even fake relationships on social media, because we find that a lot of people are stressed. What relationship goes bae, you are out on a vacation with bae. Some of these things are not real. I'm not saying there are no real relationships, but most of them, because when something is real, really, we don't even show it that much. You want to protect what's real. So if something is really being put out there, chances are it's not as good as it seems. So what would you say about people who post things? I want you to talk about the people that post and the people that view. Like, what would you say about those two particular people?
I'm so glad you've specified the people that post and the people that
see.
In my own understanding, I think I always think whatever we do is two-sided.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, whatever we do is two-sided. Even whatever we say will always be two-sided. So I like it that you mentioned that the one posting and the one viewing.
Yeah.
So for me, in my understanding, the person posting, there are people sometimes that post to really mean what they mean. For example, just posting because they feel like putting out something out there. But most of the times, if for example you go on social media, you'll find that there are people that always will post or put something on a status just targeting one person.
I know that one.
You see, they're just targeting one person that, okay,
therefore money.
I want this particular person to see. If that person doesn't see, you'll be under pressure.
So you'll be looking,
or waiting for them to comment.
Yeah.
But now what happens? Let's now go to the person who is viewing. So this person who is viewing, you have posted and put it out there. So this person now views. So now what happens is that this person, depending on what you have posted, it will actually now in light or ignite something inside them.
Set a certain mood.
Yes, set a certain mood depending on what you have posted. Maybe they'll feel bad about themselves. They'll feel less of themselves. For example, you have a friend, you are not so close, and this person wants to make you feel bad, or you want to make this person feel bad. So what you do is that you have bought a new car. So this person is telling you at time. Exactly. So you post out of
spite. You want
them to see. You see. So you post and put it out there. You even put new car. So this person goes and sees your status. Car. Then I'm on a new car. What happens automatically to this person? This person will be depressed indirectly. They'll feel bad. They'll feel that hurt. You get what I mean? So like, what happens is that since they feel bad, they'll be under pressure. You go and get a loan to buy a car. To also come and show you. So this person gets a loan.
Continues.
They buy a car. They put on the status a car. New car. Bigger than yours. So what you do is that you sell your car.
How can we
just like that?
How can we develop like that? Literally.
So it's a cycle. Or from what we talked about competition. It now takes us to social media. The competition goes on social media. That competition breeds depression.
Wow.
Because we are living in the same society. Social media is not another word. It's actually us. So we're just taking our world on social media to now intensify on who we are, but thinking like it's another world. So it's like a chain reaction. It's like a chain reaction, and it can be anything. Relationships, people that are in relationship, people that are working, people that are working. Yes.
In Zanzibar.
Because this girl was broken. So she'll be like, let me show someone that I'm with Bae in place. So it's It's a change just like that.
I want to ask you this question. Because I think about it so much. It's like there are a lot of unsaid words and there are a lot of screams that are very silent. You get my point? Because me, I'm very observant. When somebody posts something, like I don't really think about what they've posted. I think about what's the intention. What are the things that are hidden in this message? What are the unsaid words that are in this particular thing that this person has posted? And at points, I think like in as much as our world, the world we are living in is too noisy, it's also a silent world. Because we don't see what people are really going through. Some try to show it, not in a very clear way, in a very vague way. Like be posting, depressing songs, things that are dark. You get my point? But in actual sense, this person is screaming. Those are screams saying, yo, I need help. I'm going through something that I don't even understand. I'm depressed. I feel bad about myself. I feel worthless. You get my point? So what would you say about the world? Do you think that, like the world we are living in right now, do you think it's conducive to actually deal with this particular thing, which is depression, or just like feeling like low self-esteem? Because in as much as we show too much, we actually show nothing, because we only show what people want us to see, what we want people to see. So do you think it's actually a conducive place to actually deal with some of these things, like depression, or people actually screaming for help but we can't hear? Or maybe what do you think should be done about it?
In my own understanding, according to how you have put it, I think number one, personally, I see many people invest so much time knowing other people that they don't know themselves. I think sometimes it's just important you just stay away from the computer, the phone. You just sit down on yourself, and just maybe take a walk. Just trying to refresh, like just taking a walk, maybe in the forest or wherever you are. Just a moment of silence alone. Because on social media or on the internet or whatever we may put it as, we'll always find someone who seems to be doing better than us.
And most of the time it's not true.
Yes, we'll always see that this person is doing better than me and stuff like that. And what that does is that you want to get away from all this noise, all this depression and stuff like that. So what happens is that instead of you trying to get out of the basket, you start going deeper into it, and you start now intensifying that depression with quotes, songs. Because it's on the internet, you find something that suits the way you're feeling. So intensify this, and in sad and most difficult situations, some people even end up committing suicide.
True.
So I think sometimes even you just need some things need a break. Sometimes stuff need a break, control. Because nowadays people, this is the fact, people know how other people do stuff, how this person talks, how this person walks, but they don't know themselves. Like this thing, tell me about yourself. Just you as a person, you tell me about yourself. And they'll be like, honestly, I don't really know. But if someone can be willing to say, I think I need to invest time in knowing myself, they will know what makes them calm, the people that makes them happy, they will know what makes them feel good. So I think the problem that we have, especially that intensifies on the whole issue of depression, is that we have been so consumed in other people's businesses, lives. Just look at this. You see on your status, you see all these statuses. Someone will be just busy viewing. It's not.
That's really why I was telling somebody the other day. I'm like, I intentionally. I have a few people that I see statuses, a few close friends, and family. Do you know why? It's because if I was to see all the statuses that are on my feed, this person will post a sad song, this person will post a happy song, this person will post something nasty, this person will post about God. Now, those are actually points of emotions or moods. So now, what kind of person am I going to be if, like, I watch all this, it's just confusion in my head. You get my point? So I intentionally don't look at these things. Like, I'll just see for the people that I know that, okay, this person, you know, because how can you literally manage to have all these mood swings, you know, all these, it's like, it's not even nice.
Confused.
Yeah.
And which, so do you think it's way much better not to view statuses?
I think the best way to put it is we should mind our own businesses. We should mind our own business, mind your own business, know the things that you can allow in your life. Let's say, for example, usually people have patterns in the way they post things. Usually, you even on your statuses, you will know that this person posts about this. Like, I know the type of things you would post. I know the type of things that Kennedy would post, for example. I know the type of things that my mom would post. You get my point? So once I know where to go. So I gauge myself, say, I don't like this. If this person posts, for example, nudity, it doesn't help me. I won't go there. But you have some people who they'll play a status. They'll start from here. They'll play it and they'll sit down and start to watch. It's going. Foolishness going on rampage. All I'm saying is know yourself. Know the things that trigger you in a good way and in a bad way. If something triggers you in a bad way, don't watch it. Nobody said it's mandatory for you to watch their status. Even if they see yours, it's them, they see yours. You don't owe them anything to see their status back. Know the people that you watch. It's not mandatory. It's like you're going on YouTube. You know the things that you want on YouTube.
Yeah.
You don't watch all the videos on YouTube. You don't. You know the things that if you like gospel, you know, godly things, look at the godly things. If you like business, know the people in your contacts that post business things and go there, watch. If anything, don't even watch anything that has, you know, people's businesses in them, you know. I honestly prefer watching things that are general than personal things. I'm an artist and my music is very personal, so this is just to say, like, it's okay if you watch my status. It's okay if you wouldn't watch my status because you think like the things I post about are deep and personal. It's okay. Me personally, I'm telling you, if I was another person, I wouldn't watch my statuses. Honestly speaking, I wouldn't, because I personally like watching general things.
Yeah.
I would like somebody to post about business. It's not a personal thing, it's just general. It's something that I would learn from. So I would watch those things rather than going on someone who is posting, oh, I had lunch today at Medusa, at Dionys. In the evening they'll post with Bay. I don't like those things because they don't help me, you know, in any way.
You know, you have just reminded me of something. You know, the whole concept of posting, you know, the thing, yeah, that's a really good point I've noted out of saying I had lunch one. You know, that's the problem again. We see so many stuff that psychologically we forget that the stuff we watch actually influence us. So I can see a person who is a blogger. Like, that's their job. That's what they do for a living. They post. No, that's entertainment. For example, I see you as an artist. You are in a video. You are flashing money, faking like you are smoking and drinking stuff. So what that does is that me, I'm watching that. I'll think that's you. You get what I mean? And I actually do the action.
Me, I'll do it because
you will remain and survive. Everything will be okay.
Yeah.
But me, because that has sunk in my head, I fail to differentiate between what's real
and what's not.
I see these as,
especially if the person is your role model.
Yes.
Who was saying? I think 50 Cent talked about it. You know, he has an alcohol thing, yeah. This alcohol beverage that he has. You know, he doesn't drink. The guy never drinks. But in all his music videos, even in his movies, you think he's drinking.
Yeah.
But he never drinks. Like, he will pause with a drink, but he won't drink it. You know, which is, somebody would look at that and like, 50 Cent drinks is my role model. Let's drink some Hennessy. Let's do this. You get my point?
Yeah.
And you would die, and he's as healthy as he was when he was 20 years old. He's as rich as he was when he was 25 years old, you know. So, yeah, it's very true.
It's also contributing to people posting stuff, not because they want to, but because they think it's cool. Someone will get with Bay, same shades. Bay, boo.
Can I ask a question? I hope it's not out of topic. I just want to know. At a point, you used to make those shades.
Yes.
With Situ on the line.
Yes.
You used to make some shades like Queen, King. Why did you stop? Because I noticed you stopped. Why did you stop?
So, that's a very interesting question, but we didn't stop really because of emotional stuff.
Yeah.
But the reason why that line stopped, it was kind of moving a bit away from the purpose of the vision of the brand. Because like we didn't want it to be more like, there are a lot of people making brands, printing shirts. So we didn't want it to seem like, we wanted to differentiate ourselves from that kind, to be unique, because everybody's
doing it.
Anybody can print anything on the shirt.
Yeah.
So like we stopped that because we wanted to focus more on creating our own culture, our own with time. Yeah. So that's why we removed that. But if people want to, I want to feel good. You can make a design for them, but you will not put the Stuala brand.
You just put the Queen and
Queen and King. So they also feel good, since it's what people want, the trending stuff.
I really find that to be so corny and annoying. Yes. Anyway, we are all different at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We are all.
But there are people, like you have said, it's a good point. You have pointed out to say we are all different at the end of the day. Yeah, there are people that love that, but if they love that, I think they should really make sure they are not being influenced. But it's what they feel, deep, what they feel
from them.
Because it looks embarrassing.
Yeah.
You think you look like the people you saw in a photo, but you look.
You look like a copycat.
You look like a copycat, and immediately people see that this person is a copycat. They will literally shine out.
They won't really take you. I think this is one of the things that social media has really done to us. In a way, it gives us a platform to live fake, to be fake. It gives us it brings fakeness closer, because you create your own personality, which is most of the times not really you. It's not really who you are, but that's why we shouldn't believe everything we see.
Very true.
Honestly, go ahead. Honestly speaking, I think people will always show what they want you to see.
That's true.
Nobody will put. I bet you when people take pictures, they can take 50 pictures and only 2 will make it out of all those.
That's true. Everyone will get the best pictures.
Only the best pictures. So it's what about the other 48 that did not make it? Are they not good enough? Why didn't you post them? They make you look a certain way that you don't want other people to see you. They are not in the right angles. Because this angle makes you look in a certain way,
Yeah.
Filters, you put filters that makes you look in a certain way, so it's are you really proud of who you are as an individual? Are you really proud of how God has made you or how you look? Why do you want to enhance? I don't have a problem, even with these people who go inject themselves, inject their lips, their boobs, their butt. I really don't have a problem because it's still a decision that somebody makes. But my question is just, what's the intention? Why do you wanna paint something that God has already painted, like something that is already made and that is beautiful? Like, why? So it's really something.
It's true. You have actually reminded me of what I've said with regards to like it all comes back to being able to learn to embrace ourselves than being, like you have put it, wanting to have wrong intention or to prove a point. Like that's why if you have observed, there's this guy who has now a lot of followers, 1 million followers. This guy, he was so real that people could not ignore him. Would say real or would put, I don't want to use the word real because one went I'm against, but he was expressing himself. He was not faking his style, he was not copying from anyone. I'm sure you know this guy, whereby he sees people making things look difficult, then he comes back and says, and he does.
I know the game.
This is all he could do. I was trying to show people that why are you making things look difficult on social media? Why are you doing all this? Just do this. You know what I mean? He was more like teaching people. No,
he wasn't even saying anything.
He wasn't saying anything.
Doing this,
Just that shows that you don't need to do the extreme to drive attention. You just need to do something that means right, something that serves a purpose. Then people will have their attention. He wasn't talking, he wasn't dancing, he wasn't taking off his shirt. He was just doing this and showing people that this is the right. So it's really interesting to see people want to be what they are not, and they end up being frustrated because they don't get the same result. But those that end up being happy are those that really express themselves because they don't mind what people think.
Okay, so just like to round it up, I want us to speak about something, maybe just like for a few minutes. What do you think about African youths and mental health? Do you think it's something that they are aware of? The ones that are going through it, do you think they know? The ones, that live with the people that are going through mental health, do you think they actually know what these people are going through? Because for me, like me personally speaking, I started hearing about mental health when I was already old, when I was here. That's when I started mental health. The only thing we knew back home, if somebody is performing or acting in a certain way, the only thing we knew is like those are the statements that we used to use. We never used to use statements like maybe you should go for a checkup, mental checkup. It's always maybe na pepe fiam. You get my point. So what would you say about Africans and mental health?
Like you put it, like I personally have also like had an opportunity to hear more often about mental health here. But back home, I can't lie, it's not a common topic. But it's very important. But we outlook this small stuff because of our culture. So like I think many youths in Africa have issues. Like we have issues. Many of us have issues, but we don't know. Not because it's our fault, but because our culture, the structure has been created not to address mental health. In school we had career guidance and stuff like that. But even from there you would see that if you had to go to the career guidance people, or people would take you through the same issues of career. Some schools actually didn't even have those. But just those small pinpoints help someone be in the right mental understanding of what they are doing. Like you have a clear, you will not be frustrated, you'll be thinking in a very clear way. But if you are messed up, like because you haven't even had any guidance, small things actually affect your mental health. Maybe you are doing a program that's frustrating, your mental health is affected. So it all starts from a very, like previously we talked about the competition stuff. It all starts from the foundation. We don't talk about this stuff. People end up being frustrated. People end up having all these issues such that they even die young when they are not supposed to die. So that's what I think. I don't know what's your exact view of us as Africans with the mental health, if it's fully addressed or if it's not well addressed. But personally, like, that's what I think.
Honestly, okay, you know what, the question that used to like bother me a lot is the fact that we hear these things, from like the white people. Oh, this person, needs he needs to go for therapy. They are bipolar. They are on drugs because maybe they have bipolar. Maybe they are depressed. They are in chronic depression. Then I ask myself, I'm like, is it that and there is actually that misconception, or let me say stereotype back home. It's like but it's not true.
It's not true.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of Africans have bipolar disorder and they don't know. That's why they act the way they act. I don't want to speak bad about somebody, but let's say, for example, our very own Muzo. He has issues, mental issues. We don't know what he's going through, but we look at him like, fiamba fie. You get my point? But if he was supposed to, if he actually had the opportunity to have a full mental checkup, you'd be surprised what the doctor would say. You get my point? So I think we are not aware, and a lot of us, like you said, die young because we are actually battling with things mentally and we don't know. I bet there are a lot of youths right now who have chronic depression and they don't know. Today they feel low. Tomorrow it's not the way life is supposed to be. You're supposed to be, if you're a youth, you're supposed to be happy, healthy, joyful. You're supposed to have a light heart. Everything is supposed to, life is not supposed to be up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I don't think that's the way God created us. I don't think it's the way it's supposed to be. Now we put it even social media, it even makes depression worse because now you are saying things that are triggering you. That's why I always say, as an individual, you need to know the things that trigger you and stay away from those things. Stay away from those things to protect your mental health. So if you ask me, I think as Africans, we are not aware.
Yeah, that's very true.
We are not really aware. So yeah.
I think, finally.
Okay.
So finally come to the end of the first session.
It's the first session.
First session.
It was a really nice conversation.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot personally.
Me too, I've learned a lot. Like these are the kind of stuff we need more.
Yeah.
Like kind of content that we need to talk about, because parents will not talk about this stuff. They are so busy nowadays. Everybody's busy. I know once somebody was jokingly saying that our parents tell children to say, I need to work hard so that so when are you going to spend time with your children? You see?
Yeah.
So our parents die, grow old without us even enjoying most of
even learning from them.
We
don't learn from our parents. We don't.
Well,
it's not everybody. Some actually have good, let me not say good parents. Some actually have present parents. Parents who are present. But generally it's not like that. So yeah.
So if there are parents who watch this video, we urge them to spend time with their children more often. At least maybe 2 hours in a day.
Yeah,
Just
talk to your
talking to
kids.
your
Talk to
children
them.
is important.
Ask them what things that they battle with every day. Like, talk to them. Talk to them about sex. You know, talk to them about, you know, finances, whatever it is. Let your children, and I'm also speaking to us because we're going to be fathers very soon. We should let our children know some things. Let them hear some things from us. Things like sex, for example. The word sex, let them hear it from us first, not from the TV, not when they go to school and some stupid kid shows them pornography, whatever, you know, because those are now the paradigms that now, you know, form, and now it messes up the person's life, their whole life. Like I said about the friend that I went to, like I looked at the guy, like the guy was getting married. He's like, looking at him, he was like a pure person, somebody who doesn't know anything. You get my point? And I'm like, some of us at the age of 12, and this is the person who is so innocent. You know, and I'm like, their culture is good. Is really good, and we should be like that too. You know, we should protect our children, should be there for them. We should understand them, know when they are talking, when they are not talking, when they are silent but talking, like, you know, and we can only do that by spending time with them.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah.
So bye. We'll say bye to the camera.
To the camera. If this video makes it to the people, well and good.
Well and good.